Eric Daniel Pierre Cantona, French pronunciation, Cantona, born May 24, 1966, is a French actor and former international footballer for the French national team. He played for Auxerre, Martigues, Marseille, Bordeaux, Montpellier, Nîmes and Leeds United before ending his career at Manchester United, where he won 4 Premier League titles in 5 years and 2 League and FA Cup doubles. He won the league championship in 7 of his last 8 full seasons as a professional, a large, physically strong, hard-working, and tenacious forward, who combined technical skill and creativity with power and goal-scoring ability. Cantona is often regarded as having played a key role in the revival of Manchester United as a footballing force in the 1990s and having an iconic status at the club. He wore the number 7 shirt at Manchester United with his trademark upturned collar. Cantona is affectionately nicknamed by Manchester United fans as King Eric, and was voted as Manchester United's greatest ever player by Inside United magazine. Set against his achievements in football was a poor disciplinary record for much of his career, including a 1995 conviction for an assault on a fan. His disciplinary record, however, was much improved after he returned from the 8-month suspension. Following his retirement from football in 1997, he took up a career in cinema and had a role in the 1998 film Elizabeth, starring Cate Blanchett, the 2008 film French Film, and the 2009 film Looking for Eric. In 2010, he debuted as a stage actor in Face au Paradis, a French play directed by his wife, Rochi de Bragny. He has also featured the Danish 2014 western The Salvation. An inaugural inductee into the English Football Hall of Fame in 2002, the museum states, the enigmatic Frenchman was one of the Premier League's most controversial players ever. Early life: Cantona was born in Marseille, to Albert Cantona, a nurse and a painter, and Eleanor Rorich, a dressmaker. The family home was a cave in one of the hills in the Lake Cailloux area of Marseille, between the city's 11th and 12th arrondissements, and it was rumored to have been used as a lookout post for the German army, towards the end of the Second World War. The site was chosen in the mid-1950s by Cantona's paternal grandmother, Lucienne, whose husband, Joseph, was a stonemason. By the time Cantona was born in 1966, the hillside cave had become little more than a room in the family's house, which was now up to a livable standard. Cantona has 2 brothers, Jean-Marie, who is 4 years older, and Joël, who is 17 months younger. Cantona came from a family of immigrants. His paternal grandfather, Joseph, had emigrated to Marseille from Sardinia, while his mother's parents had been Catalan separatists. Pierre Rorich, Cantona's maternal grandfather, was fighting the armies of General Franco in the Spanish Civil War in 1938 when he suffered a serious injury to his liver, and he had to retreat to France for medical treatment with his wife Paquita. The Rorich stayed in Saint-Priest, Ardèche, before settling in Marseille. Career: Manchester United, 1994-95 season, Kung Fu incident, banned from football. In the 1994-95 season, Manchester United looked to win a 3rd successive league title, and for the first half of the season things went smoothly enough for player and club. The season began with a 2-0 Wembley win over Blackburn Rovers in the Charity Shield, in which Cantona scored a penalty. Cantona frequently scored for Manchester United, who put intense pressure on a Blackburn Rovers side that led the table for much of the season, particularly with a 4-2 win at Wood Park in late October, in which Cantona was on the scoresheet. He was also on the scoresheet the following month in a memorable 5-0 derby win over Manchester City, and on 22nd of January he scored the winning goal in a 1-0 home win over Blackburn that made the title race even tighter and brought Cantona's tally of league goals for that season to 12. He had also scored a further goal in an FA Cup third-round win at Sheffield United, and a second double seemed like a real possibility. The arrival of striker Andy Cole from Newcastle United on 10th of January further boosted these hopes, even though Cole was cup-tied for FA Cup fixtures. However, on January 25, 1995 he was involved in an incident that attracted headlines and controversy worldwide. In an away match against Crystal Palace, Cantona was sent off by the referee for a kick on Palace defender Richard Shaw after Shaw had pulled his shirt. As he was walking towards the tunnel, Cantona launched a kung fu-style kick into the crowd, directed at Crystal Palace fan Matthew Simmons, a fan who had run down 11 rows of stairs to confront and shout abuse at Cantona. Simmons was alleged to have used the words "fuck off back to France, you French motherfucker." Cantona followed the infamous kick with a series of punches. A lengthy ban from the game was inevitable, with some critics calling for Cantona to be booted out of the country and never allowed to play football in England again, while others called for him to be banned from football for life. As well as the inevitable disciplinary action from his club and the Football Association, Cantona was also faced with a criminal charge of assault, which he admitted to on 23 March, resulting in a 2-week prison sentence, although he was freed on bail pending an appeal. This was overturned in the appeal court a week later, and instead he was sentenced to 120 hours of community service, which was spent coaching children at Manchester United's training ground. At a press conference called later, Cantona gave what is perhaps his most famous quotation. Cantona said, in a slow and deliberate manner, "When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea." "Thank you very much." Cantona then got up from his seat and abruptly left, leaving behind him a packed media room stunned and bewildered. In accordance with the Football Association's wishes, Manchester United's initial action was to fine Cantona £20,000 and confirm that he would not play for the first team for the rest of the season, which ruled him out of first-team action as Manchester United were still in the hunt for a second double. He was also stripped of the captaincy of the French national football team by national coach Amy Jacquet. Family: Cantona was married to Isabelle Ferrer from 1987 to 2003. They have 2 children, Raphael, born 1988, and Josephine, born 1995. He married actress Rachi Debrakny in 2007. They also have 2 children, Amir, born 2009, and Selma, born 2013. Cantona's brother, Joel, was also a professional footballer who played for Marseille, Utrecht and Stockport County. Like Eric, Joel retired from football at a young age and is now an actor. His cousin, Sacha Opinel, is also a footballer.